Real Fish, and how you doing tonight? Congrats on your W's and your silver. It's nice to see you in the quarters. I'm hoping. It's been a while since I've had quarters. When I grabbed that roll, I'm like, wow, these seem big. I've been doing pennies. I've had a hard time getting circulated, or I should be uncirculated. Wrong way. Circulated quarters. All my boxes have been Airmen or crossing the Delaware, or they don't have quarters. So pretty happy to be back on them. Whoops. Yeah, I've been getting a ton of Airmen. They're my nemesis right now. I love hunting quarters, though. I enjoy them much more than halves. I mean, halves certainly has, I think, probably more value in it. But for fun, I think quarters are way more fun. Yeah, it sucks they got rid of the W program. I think they're going to bring it back for the women's quarter series, though. They'd be crazy not to. But the mint does what the mint wants to do. We all know that too well. So who knows? Yeah, my main pickup bank closed a little over a week ago, and the other bank has been giving me a bunch of rewraps. They gave me a good box last week, but today I picked up rewraps again, where half the box was open, half of it wasn't. So I just don't get it. I'm really confused because every time I get boxes, half the rolls are open, half are not. I swear to God, they're hunting them in the truck. But I don't know why someone would pick up $50 and only hunt half the box. But that's what I told my banker. She's like, no, they've told me they're not allowed to touch the stuff once it's on their truck. I'm like, yeah, well, there's a difference between what you're supposed to do and what actually happens. This one looks good right here. I like it. Oh, it's just a pretty deep. Look at this. That thing. They mint them so much nicer out of Denver. Might have to keep that. I thought we might have had a W there. One more nice one here. We got a chance. No. No, I thought it'd be a Salt River. Yeah, that was quite a fiasco. The Mint's gonna have fun trying to fix that. I think the other thing they're realizing is taking people's money today for something they're not getting until October is going to be frowned upon a little bit too. So that's probably why they waited on releasing some of the others as well. But I think some people got into it, like, oh, I can flip this. Well, yeah, you can flip it if you don't mind them holding your money for 6 months. I have a hard time throwing these ones back when they're nice like that. I just can't hang on to any more quarters unless they're worthwhile. I can't just keep the pretty ones anymore. It's too darn expensive. We're really hoping to find a silver tonight. I feel like it's been a while since I've been in quarters, so really finding anything would be nice. But because I haven't been in them for a while, I know I haven't found silver in a bit. And God knows you're not finding it in rewrapped halves. So you done hunting for the day? Or are you hunting while you watch? I would assume you always have boxes in front of you. As many boxes as you go through. We've got another interesting one here. Hey, no worries, man. Family first. I get it. Skunkers. Yeah, I picked up one hunted one. All I got was NIFCs. But doesn't help when half the box is already hunted. The only thing that stinks, I think they said this is the only box of quarters they have. So I can't even go back and get more either tomorrow. I'm gonna have to convert back to nickels or pennies. I actually caved. I know you commented on the video, but I caved into dimes last week, and I never do dimes. But you hunt what you can get. Yeah, the bank that's ordering for me hasn't said, there's a coin shortage and they're having issues. But I'm telling you, I get, this is the quarter boxes I'm getting right now that have this pattern. I'm pretty sure this pattern is what comes from the Fed. Because every box I've gotten has come in this packaging. And I still truly believe that this box is from the Fed. And that's who the supposed information is coming from. It's coming directly from the Fed. But I don't think that they can't order coin, is they're just said, hey, only order kind of what you need kind of thing. And so, because I got a pretty good relationship with this bank, that she'll just order them for me. And then the other ones just use it as a convenient excuse on why they can't help you. So, I mean, how long are you going to have a coin shortage? I mean, we suppose have been in a coin shortage now for a year and a half. It's not like the coins evaporated. All they've done is minted more. Who knows? Yeah, I'm trying to think. It was. I don't know if you watch CBD Chris, but he did a video today on how it might even not been today, but on how they're trying to do the governmental digital currency. Basically, he was saying cash just has become a pain in the butt, and they'd much prefer to be able to track and keep track, be able to do things digitally. If someone's making money, they might as well make the money. It's an interesting spin on things. But the crypto world's in the toilet right now. So, not necessarily an ideal time to talk about those kind of ideas. But I think they're using it more from a utility standpoint versus an investment standpoint. Yeah, it is. It's a roller coaster casino that it is. It's crazy. It's like multi-level marketing money. Some people are making good money, and a lot of people probably aren't. I don't think the average person right now really even understands it. And that's what causes half the confusion. The pyramid scheme, yeah. You guys and your tulips. Do you watch Treasure Town? Because I mean, I swear to God, he mentions that tulip thing every once in a blue moon. But now that you mention it too, I'm like, Dude, is this like common knowledge that I just didn't know of in the past? Talking about the tulips. He tends to reference that about, I don't know, every 6 months or so. From like the 1700s, I think it was. Come on, show me something good here. Yeah, well, that's the way they do anything, though. It just takes time. It's kind of like the weed business. That was, they're basically saying that they're going to make it legal, and then they basically tax out the little guy. So unless you're a multi-billion-dollar corporation, you can't even exist anymore. And the next thing you know, it'll be mainstream. Actually, I would say that it's almost kind of mainstream nowadays. I forget who it was. I want to say it was. I don't know. I don't think it was Silver Sea Captain. It was one of the silver guys talking about he picked up weed at a flea market. It's like totally normal nowadays. But it's still illegal federally. So go figure that one out. It's just people fighting change is all it is. Oh, come on, give me that nice edge. Give me that big old smiley W. Yeah, no one likes change, but it's inevitable. So, what are you gonna do? Just gotta learn to kind of roll with it a little bit sometimes. Yeah, when I opened this box, I opened up the bank parking lot. The first one I saw was a tallgrass prairie. I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a box of tallgrass prairie uncirculated. Because I automatically assumed when I saw that pattern that it was going to be an unbox. But when I looked a little closer, I'm like, no, dude, this is circulated. What? Um, it depends on my mood more than anything. I mean, there's a ton to search for in quarters. The problem that I've got is that a lot of them aren't like certified errors or varieties. They're not necessarily recognized by PCGS, and at the end of the day, they're not worth a ton of money. But there's a bunch. I mean, like, you'll hear people talking about it. I mean, you've got the spinning horse, you've got the extra claw, you've got die cracks and dyed chips all over the place, and it's kind of whatever strikes my fancy, I guess, for the day. I mean, I've got so much of it. I've got over here, just next to me. I mean, like, what do I got here? Like, this is a whole tube of extra claws. 6 claw. So it's like, do I need to keep looking for those? What do I got here? These are all Harper's Perry. There's a ton. There's like 140 different DDRs on that one. You know, you've got the Homestead, where you've got snow on the roof and the leaky bucket. The window pane one, you have to scope. I mean, a lot of these ones I can kind of catch the bulk of the air with a naked eye. The window frame one, you have to scope to find it. So if I don't mind scoping, I'll look for that one. But I mean, I would tell you more often than not, like this one here has a cud between the finger and the sword, and it also has doubling on the hilt of the sword that I've got some of. That one, I don't think there's anything pertinent. I mean, just going through here, like there's, I'll guarantee this one's got an extra claw. It doesn't. Wow. Make a liar out of me. But I mean, you got your spinning horse. You've got a crack, a die crack in the hair of this one. You also have some cuds that I'll show up over here by the cross on that building back there. This one, there's some like depressions in the face. Sometimes I've actually seen one where almost the whole big bat face is smushed in. Let's see what else we have here. Nothing there. A lot of these are more on the state side. A lot of the ones that I am more relative with are the AM Memorial Park, or the America the Beautiful Parks. This one, there's some extra grass down here by this bird that's going into the water. There's extra grass in there. So there's so much to look for. Like tonight, I just feel like going through these quarters, and I might go through a box of pennies after I'm done, because I got another box of pennies for my state challenge. I just don't feel like doing a lot of scoping tonight. I'm just hoping to knock out a W or a 10, maybe a silver. If something jumps out, I always flip the coins on both sides so I can see if there's anything really obnoxious. But a lot of those ones, like there's supposed to be a DDO on the Salt River on the a spread in the Godwee. I've scoped so many of those darn things, and I've just lost patience with it. So I haven't been looking for it. There's supposed to be a DDO on the AMP that I haven't found yet. There we go. What we got? You want to take a stab at this one? It looks pretty nice. And it's a 19 too, because there is no pretty on that. Can we score an AMP? Nope, it's a lull. I'll take it. W1 in the box. Did you guess lull, or did you type that in afterwards? If not, you should take some mind reading classes, because that was a solid guess. I wouldn't have thought that it was going to be a 19 as nice as that one is. That's probably one of the best 19s that I've picked out recently. Well, congratulations on that guess, man. That was a great guess. I was going for big money. Get a nice AMP in that condition. I'm talking $20 minimum. I've actually started to sell off some of my W's. I have so many of them that I just start getting some money back in my pocket. They're not selling, man. The AMPs and the Rockefellers are doing okay. Nobody else wants squat. They don't care what kind of condition they're in. I mean, I've got, I don't know, almost 60 Warren Pacific that are BU. I mean, these right out of an unk box. Gorgeous. Nobody wants it. Or they'll pay $5 for it. Yeah, that's, like I said, that's as nice as I've seen out of a 19 in a while. I've been getting some pretty scuzzy looking ones lately. It doesn't take long, man. They only have to go around the park, you know, a couple of times before they start looking pretty ratty. Yeah, if you catch them early on, they're still in good shape. You can tell how many times they've been around the carousel. People are not nice to their chain. Yeah, if you just started a couple weeks ago, you might be having that beginner's luck finding the nice, pretty ones still. But there's nothing worse than finding a tore up W, because unlike silver, that's where all the value is in condition. Silver, at least you've got something to fall back on. You can say, well, it's still worth melt. Nope. Crappy W is a crappy W. Yeah, the gems you got to pull, it does really need to come out of unk boxes. And even then, I mean, like I said, those Warren Pacific, I had 3 boxes back to back to back that were all unk. And I never had a huge score like some of these guys have had. But I mean, I did well. I was above average for sure. But like I said, they show their wear. But I mean, even those unk ones, a lot of those ones are not flawless by any extended imagination. That's the mint for you, though. A nice one right here. What we got? I thought for sure that'd be a Salt River Bay based on that. The salties are the ones that normally trick me. This one here, there's the extra leaf down on the bottom of the cactus. It'll cover the designer's initials. I got probably a tube and something of those. The San Antonio, there's some die chips above the cross here. There's some doubling on this big wave. And then there's like a doubling on one of the claws, or 3 that you look for there.
Dad?
Yes, sir.
Did we green fan up in that drawer?
What green fan?
Like the fan is like once I go from Disney.
Yeah, you're not using a Disney fan to go to bed.
No, when am I able to have it?
Maybe when you get home from school tomorrow, you can have it. How does that sound?
Because usually sometimes I get like hot and it kind of hurts and I don't really like it.
Okay. Well, get your keister in bed. You gotta be up early tomorrow. In this one here, I'm sure you know that this has the high leaf, low leaf. I really want to find this one. I have not found that one yet. One of these days, though. And I'm telling you, quarters are harder to come by right now. Halves are actually, from what I've heard from, from the coin shortage standpoint, is probably the least affected coin. You just have to have the relationship with the bank that is willing to order them for you. To me, quarters are just easy. Problem is, there's just too many quarters that I want to keep. And it gets expensive. So you're just like, that's not that big of a deal, right? It's just a quarter. You know, when you finding $10 worth of something you want to keep every time you hunt a box, you're like, dude, slow the roll. So now I've decided I'm going to be a little more selective on the ones that'll cut the mustard. Yeah, I hope you can grab some, man. Like I said, it's been, not only has it been tough getting quarters because, they are supposedly in the parameters of this coin shortage, but if you can get them, you keep getting unks. And it's just like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then, because I've gotten, I think I maybe only had 2 boxes. 2 boxes of crossing the Delaware, and I didn't want to sit on the cash for as long as I knew it was going to take to sell them. So I returned one back to the bank, and I didn't break them. I normally, if I get boxes, I normally break them, bag them, and send them back in. That way I don't have to see them again. But I purposely turned those back in rolled, and then I went back like a week later and asked for them, and she's like, "Oh, they're gone." I was like, "Gosh." And now I can't find one. Now that people want to buy them, because I guess the cross of the Delawares just aren't showing up at a lot of places. People haven't seen them yet. Whoa! And that was just scratched. It's like, oh, it's a W. Hate when I get tricked like that. Darn scratches. Now the Airmen, someone was trying to sell me a story that those were going to be low mintage too. I'm like, dude, there's no way Airmen are low mintage. There's like Airmen coming out my ears right now. I stopped at my grocery store because I couldn't get any coins the other day and just asked for a couple of rolls of quarters. It was like 90% Airmen. Following me even when I'm just finding random rolls someplace. Oh, good dogs. Yeah, the Crossing Deliverers, it's a sharp coin. Now, do you collect coins? Or I mean, clearly you collect silver. Do you collect other denominations as well, or you just slowly get into that as kind of a side effect of hunting for silver? Yeah, the airmen are like the herpes of coin roll hunting. It's nice looking 90. I never should have made that stuff on the back of there. More like this one. I love when I can read an edge. This is another 19. You want to see if you can go 2 for 2? I'm not flipping until you give me a guess. That way I can see if you actually have ESP or not. It's not quite as nice as the last one. It has some rubbing on it. Samoa? No. It's got no privy. Missions. I mean, it's in nice shape, but it's not as pretty as that first one. We'll take it. And we're just almost halfway. So if this could be a 4 box, that'd be pretty sweet. Take that all day long. I love finding W's. Look at these deets, man. I'm telling you. Now, I'm assuming most of your boxes are Denver heavy versus Philly. Seeing that San Fran doesn't really put out coinage like they once did. Wow, that's a nice thing to Philly, though. Push the crosses a little better on that. Denver puts out a much better coin. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Yeah, which makes no sense to me at all. You know, they're both U.S. mint. Why does one put out such a better coin compared to the other? And why does, I mean, it's no different than the heirs. Why do all the heirs come out of Philly? No, it's not going to be one. Where is it? No. Oh. Look how pretty that D is, seriously. Look at this thing. It's like proof like. These Weir farms have been crazy. So many beautiful Weir farms. I mean, it's like, I don't know what they did with those ones, man, but they struck them right. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I just always find that funny how poorly they do at Philly. Yeah, I would. That would be a stunner of a W, man. I mean, the Weir farms, especially. I mean, so many of them are just stunners. Is definitely the one that was done the best. I mean, you'll see some of the other ones that are. You'll catch a really nice one, but I mean, so many of the Weir farms are pretty. This is going to be a wishful thinking here. Salt River Bag. Every damn time. Come on, give me something. Give me that silver I'm looking for. I like this one right here. Another Salt River bag. Feeling, my friend. Good luck. Crush them boxes. Find some silver. Yeah, don't hold your breath. You might die. But find some silver. I know you can do it. Your skunkers have been. You put those out of the way early. So now it's time to find some silver. Ooh, I like that edge. Edge. Oh, look at that one. We have a proof. 86S. Nice shape, too. Don't find those very often. There's proof in the box. That's why I like the edge so much. Ooh, nice one here. Soccer bag. Every darn time, man. Probably gonna be a soccer bag, but soccer bag. Shane it out of the way. Soccer bag. fill my beverage. Bullion Baby, welcome to the stream. No silver tonight. Got ourselves a couple of W's and a proof so far. I would love to score myself a silver though. That would be icing on the cake. Yeah, I love me some W's too. It's been a while since I've been in the quarters. I keep getting the uncirculated boxes. So I actually thought this was going to be an uncirculated box. I was pleasantly surprised when I cracked it open. Yeah, he was here earlier. He's got like 6 boxes he's got to work on. Gone through a handful already and got to get through the rest of them because you know the drill. You got to go back so you can get more. Total skunker. Ugh. Yeah, I've been getting tons of unk boxes. It's probably been a week since I've been in quarters. Because I had so many unk boxes. I don't mind the Cross the Delaware. Because you can actually sell those. The Airmen, you can't give those away. There's so many out there. But that's all I'm getting is Airmen. I got a couple of Delawares, but I got them the same day, so I didn't want to hang on to 2 boxes. Kept one, got rid of them, and then the bank I dumped it at, I went back for it, and they got rid of them already. Why are you down here again, my friend? No. You'll find out tomorrow who your teacher is. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's the summer school.
Good night.
Also, what were you talking about waking up early?
We have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, which means we need to get up early.
8 hours. Normally,
Normally you start at 8:45. Tomorrow you start at 8.
8 hours in the morning or 8 minutes?
8 minutes. Get to bed if you want to live to 7.
Can you wake me up at 6 then?
Yes. Good night, gentlemen. Hey, Jimmy. Sorry about that. We got youngsters that are going to summer school tomorrow, so Daddy can keep us sane. Delaware's a sharp coin. Definitely a sharp coin. Look at that. Look at that missions. Look at how pretty that one is. No V nickels this week. Big frowny face. No, but I haven't been in nickels either, so I can't say that I'm surprised. I've been hunting pennies, man. That's about all I can put my hands on. Plus, the holiday screwed me up, and my bank ordering stuff messed me up. My main bank for pickup closed. I'm just a hot mess right now. So I had a bunch of pennies on hand, so that's what I hunted. And I had the state penny boxes that I hunted. I've done, I don't know, 4 or 5 boxes. Went to the bank today. I'll probably go back to this bank and get some nickels tomorrow because she said she had nickels for me. I didn't want to take out more than what I could hunt this evening. So took the halves and the quarters. It was the only box of quarters they had. Halves ended up being half rewrapped, which is pretty typical for this bank, which is pretty frustrating. So we'll have to go see what I can grab tomorrow. Yeah, I was pretty disappointed. I had a really nice guy that worked there, and we had our system oiled down, and it was going great. He was ordering as much as I wanted on anything I wanted, as long as I wasn't dumping there, and they went and closed on me. And the bank that's taking over is not very accommodating to ordering box. Actually, I started to try to get her geared up before that bank closed, and that was right when the memo came out that there was a coin shortage. She's like, "Oh, I can't order anything for you." I'm like, "Well, I thought that was just quarters and nickels. You used to do the halves, though, right?" And she's been pretty stingy, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to continue to pick up the same quantities from that branch. So might be time to get a new bank, but I haven't been jonesing too bad. So plus, by staying on pennies, I'm able to concentrate a little bit harder on my world record because I'm going through pennies. But I had to get some quarters while I could, especially as hard as they are to come by right now. Yeah, I'm telling you, the Fed is dumping old coinage. They have some of this stuff in bags someplace, and they're just dumping. I'm telling you, this. I don't know if it was you or I think it was Coin Roll Fishing I was talking about. I'll show you here in a second, since I finished these last couple of coins. But every single UNC box I have ever gotten has come in this collage pattern, which tells me this collage pattern is what comes directly from the Fed. And this is all I've been getting when I've been picking up now is this collage pattern. And so I'm thinking that if it's not new quarters going out, it's just old stock they have that they're just dumping out. Because there's been all kinds of state quarters showing up that are as nice as the day they were minted. And there's not that much being dumped out there. They're just trying to get rid of all the coins before they go digital. So they don't have all this stuff in inventory. They'll let people get stuck with it. right before the zombie apocalypse. You heard that here first, folks. The zombie apocalypse is coming. I'm curious to see how they're going to react to this Morgan crisis they got going on, where they stop the releases of them, and what a fiasco going on in there. Yeah, seriously, kids are spoiled these days. I should know. I got 4 of them. Today I made my kids so that we have a like one of those climber domes from when they were little, where you can climb up and hang from it and just climb on it. It's like a metal dome. And we've had it for forever. And it's definitely seen better days. So we decided we needed to take it down before someone got hurt on it. So I made them come out with me today and dismantle it. It took about 4 times longer than it should have, but taught them a little bit of hard work. Yeah, upgrading their infrastructure. Come on now. You want commission from the Mint right now or something? You know better than that. Like they didn't know there was issues with it before today. Come on. They like the system broke. They don't care. They're gonna sell whatever they have anyways. There's no way they're upgrading anything anytime soon. They're just. I honestly think that they probably have more people pissed off about the fact that they're paying for today for something they're getting in October. I think a lot of people didn't realize that. They thought either it was going to be a hold on their bank account and they weren't going to get charged until October, or they just didn't read at all and are like, what? We're not getting these till October? And now they're like, dude, I just laid out $2,000 for coins I'm not going to see till almost next year. Because you know, there was people out there looking to flip these things. And it's kind of hard to flip something you don't have. And that's why you see these fire sales right now on eBay. And then, you know, 10% of those are shady critters that are probably not even going to deliver the coin because it's going to be past the window date. So it's like, you got a whole nother layer of complication in there. Hey, good luck hunting your box, man. Get some W's, get some silver, get something good. And I'll keep my eyes peeled for the mail, and I'll return the favor once I have the address. Two interesting ones in here. That is your mouth. Wow. Ooh, the thumb. Wow. Already got beat up. I'm surprised I haven't seen non-proof S. Those are running pretty hot for a while there too. Not so far tonight. We're down to the last 6 rolls. Yeah, it's pretty shady. I mean, it's one thing if you want to pre-sell it, but I mean, why do you need to pre-sell it? Why not just mint it and sell it in October? Unless they're trying to gauge what their mintage limit's going to be or something. I don't know. And if they're going to do that, then why not just take their order and not charge them until you ship? Especially when you're the government. You're the one printing all the money anyways. Yeah, the whole thing's been pretty weird. I originally thought they might be doing it to prevent the flipping, where people were buying stuff just to flip it, because if you're laying out $2,000 today and you can't even recoup that money for 6 months, maybe it's going to be actually collectors are going to buy it, but that clearly backfired. So maybe that was the thought process, and now they need to reconfigure things because that clearly did not work, because they sold out probably in their eyes within seconds if the site was working properly. They just need to drop the limit to 1, or 1 per day. So that way, if dealers want to go in there and buy more, if they're still available on day 2 or 3 or 4, then they can. But this allows the everyday collector the opportunity to pick them up, or in some cases, flip them by their own right. Because, I mean, it'll sell out one way or another, but that way they can let the common folk in, and the dealers can scoop in for the leftovers. I should get a job at the mint, shouldn't I? All my brilliant ideas. Not gonna happen. Box is just toying with me, man. It gave me those W's early on. Made me think it was going to be something crazy epic. And then just cooled off like an ice cube. You gonna do any coinage tonight? Box of halves. Well, good luck with that box of halves. Certainly gotta be better than my half a box of halves that I have today. Thinking I might take a ride over to the coast, try my banks over there again. Might be time to do another drive-through series. And I think right now is probably a good time because it's the first of the month, so people hard up for some money, needing to make rent, might be dumping some halves. So I might do that this week. I haven't decided yet. You have a brick or a flat box? Nice. I love it when my tailors give me free 40s. Nice stuff. Doesn't happen enough though. Flat box. Yeah, that's normally what I get. But these rewraps have all been in bricks. But my one good box, the one that had my biggest score yet, was a brick as well. So they've been a blessing and a curse. Alrighty. Can we get some last roll luck here? Come on, give me a silver. We're not going to get silver. Yeah, I hadn't gotten brick for the longest time. I want to say that the brick that I had that was the big score was one of my first ones. But since then, they've all been rewraps, which is kind of a big bummer. Come on, W. One more W. Let me be greedy. One more W. Nope. Oh, by the way, your package went out today. Yes. I got you a crossing the Delaware. I got you a dime, I think. Yeah, a couple of dimes, a penny. I sent you a nickel, but it's got roller marks on it. I've only found one 2021 so far. It had roller marks on it, but I felt bad, so I was going to send it. Then I said, oh, I'll throw it in there. So I threw it in there anyways. And a couple of silver quarters, too. So that went out today, so keep your eyes peeled. It should be there by the end of the week, I think. Oh, cool. You did get a notice about it. So we got, this one's a pretty nice one. These are both 19s. So this is missions. The reverse is really nice. The obverse has a little, smudging on the front just from some wear. Now, this lull is really nice. For these being 19s, I'm really surprised that the condition's this nice. And we got an 86 proof, which for a circulated coin, looking pretty sharp. I would say a little bit of water and this will glaze right back up to being pretty nice. And then I found, I don't know if I want to keep them or not. I haven't decided yet. I got to look at it a little bit harder. But this is a Missions P. It's in really good shape for a P. Because the P's don't normally come out that nice. And then this is a traditional D, where it's got a really nice stamp to it. And I don't know that I've got a bunch of the D's for War in the Pacific. So, because this one's in such nice shape, I might keep it. I'll take a look and see what I've got in my stash. So, those are the finds of the box this evening. Pretty nice overall. Love to find myself a W or two. Very rarely find the proofs, so it was nice to see. I've definitely become much more selective with the quarters that I keep, just because I feel like I'm hoarding stuff sometimes just to hoard it. So I've gotten much pickier over time with what I keep versus what I don't. So get to your box of halves. Enjoy yourself. If there's anybody else still out there, I appreciate you swinging by and visiting me today. Please keep your eyes peeled for my future videos. And I'll see y'all later. Thanks again.